Now we roll out the red carpet for a stunning piece of architecture. The new reading room for Berlin's historic State Library is a true temple of books.
Once upon a time, there was an architect who loved reddish yellow. And yellowish red too. He was commissioned to build a reading room for Germany's biggest library, the State Library in Berlin. H.G. Merz, known for remodelling museums, designed the new reading room primarily in reddish yellow and yellowish red.
In his theory of colours, Goethe considered this colour stimulating, and I too find it a very stimulating colour.
The square new construction is situated in the middle of an ostentatious 19th century building erected under the last German Kaiser. The old reading room was a highly ornate domed building, reminiscent of a cathedral. Architect Merz says he wanted the new building to do justice to that grandeur without overdoing it.
It may seem full of pathos, but the building as a whole can bear that. And I think I've tried to use colours and materials that bring it into our own times and make it a bit lighter than the heaviness of the 19th century.
Outfitted with modern components and woods in warm colours, the new reading room is part of a huge construction project in Germany's capital. The State Library has been undergoing remodelling for 8 years. The old reading room was destroyed in World War II, leaving a huge empty space in the building.
The destruction in the war suddenly took away the middle. The bombs hit the reading room, and the middle of the building was gone. So that's what we wanted to restore, to give the building back its missing link.
The State Library is the home of such treasures as the original score of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. When Berlin was divided, part of the library's holdings came to the west and part remained in the east, making the library an embodiment of German history. The facade expresses grandness and dignity. The interior is flooded with light. A cool blue contrasts with the warm yellow and red tones. But the best atmosphere is found high above the reading room. Loges, like in the opera, semi-private rooms that can be rented for solitary concentration and daydreaming.
This is the most privileged part. You can look down and see everything that goes on below, but you have nothing to do with it. It's wonderful.
Little details break up the strict symmetry of this haven for readers, like the crumpled paper sculpture by Olaf Metzel. It's hard to recognise that Tobias Rehberger's object is a clock. There are only a few places where the old construction meets directly with the new. One of them is the Department of Rarities, with its precious items.
What we've done is bring a library of the 19th century into the 21st in a way that allows it to survive. But it's something specific to this site. It's not a library you could or should reproduce elsewhere, not at all.
The architect is satisfied with his work. Let everyone thirsty for knowledge come now to the new reading room in the Old State Library in Berlin.